Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'm going through the Geelong versus Fremantle game, going through how Freo actually turned it up and won, and like I was saying in the last game review, another upset. I picked Geelong and Freo came down to Geelong and won, so it was quite a crazy game. I mean, Geelong looked like they should have broken out early and then got pegged back. I mean, they conceded, I think, three in about a minute and a half, which were Freo's first three goals. I think it was it late in the first or something, or was it in the second quarter where they scored those goals? I think it was Frederick that kicked it. Yeah, it would have been in the second that they kicked their goals. And so, yeah, Freo ended up winning by 7 points, but I mean, I got good performances out of Stewart and BRAYSHAW, so I walked out of there pretty happy, as those were my two guys. And didn't have anyone else. Obviously, didn't have Johnson, as I traded him out a couple of weeks ago, and didn't have any other Geelong players, and Stewart just did his job basically. So before we get into the video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So as you can see here, Stewart won 12-46, and then slowed down a little bit, but when you get a 46-point quarter, you have a little bit more leeway. You only need 18-point quarters for the rest of the game to get the 100, and he did pretty much that. He started off really slow. He was on 43 with 13 minutes to go in the second. As you can see here, basically, I mean, I'll look at BRAYSHAW to see the time. Yeah, about 15 minutes actually. So about halfway through the quarter, and then he just came on, got a couple of intercepts and stuff like that to get up to 21 for the quarter, which was fine. Came into halftime 67, and then 18 in the third and 27 in the fourth. Still a 45-point second half, and got himself up to a 112, which is a really, really good score. And is that the top defense score for the week? No, Dawson happened. Dawson with his, I'm just going to quickly guess here, 8 and 8 or something. Yeah, 7 and 5. So there you go. That's where he got all the points from. Guthrie, 94. He actually looked really good and just had a massive last quarter. Duncan, 94 as well. Just, again, a lot of these, Duncan and Stewart just love to kick to each other. Cameron, 84. I think he kicked 1 goal 3 or something like that. If we look here, 1 goal 4 from what I can see. Or is that 1 goal 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1 goal 5 it looks like at there. So not the best kicking night, and that's probably why they ended up losing. If he kicked accurately, Holmes 81, De Koning, Tui, Stanley close. Bruin is someone that I'm slightly keeping my eye on, but I think it would take a Dangerfield to retire for him to really be one to look at, because he's gonna lose his forward status, I believe, and a pure midfielder that's priced around 600k. I don't really like it. I think there's a lot of midfielders that I think there will be midfielders next year, I should say, that are going to be priced at around about 50 rather than 70 that Bruin is currently at. That will have a lot more leeway to go up. And Bruin, we'd have to basically see him go up to a 90 guy, and I don't really see that at the moment. Isaac Smith, Atkins, Henry, Stengel, Myers, Dangerfield, Blickarves, no one else really here per se that is anything to talk about. I mean, Bose could be interesting if he actually gets into the team next year, like fully as his second season at the Cats, but we'll have to wait and see. It looks like he's just struggling to do anything, and I don't think at 60 he's too probably expensive with the low output scores that he can have. Fremantle, it was the BRAYSHAW show. He looked a little bit off to be fair to start, but then got 14 points late on in the quarter. Well, 18 actually, sorry. In red time, and got him up to a 30-pointer, then 38, 13, 41. He did his job, 1-2-2, after everyone was saying, everyone was starting to doubt him. And he just came back, scored 20 more back on to basically catch up for the bad score that he had. A couple of bad games. So since I got him 100, 109, 129, 102. 97, 91. So basically making sure that he's averaging 105 or 106 since I got him. So not the worst, but not necessarily a knockout blow. But I mean, there wasn't much really that we could have picked from that, from our post-bye, I mean, Steele was going 80s for a couple games. You had Crouch. You could have probably picked Crouch, to be fair, at the start, and you would have got a lot of points. I'm pretty sure I picked him up. I picked him up, I believe, round 14 or so. But there wasn't much guys you could have picked up in that first bye round. Most people would have obviously had Dunkley. Sinclair, I'm pretty sure I picked up. Right, you could have picked up Sinclair. That would have been a good pick. Pick up post that bye round, and I think most people picked up Windhager after the near enough after the bye round. I think I picked him up for the Eagles, not the Eagles game. I think I had him around round 13 or so, or round 14. I picked him up very, very soon because he was still very, very underpriced at like 300 odd K or something when I picked him up, and he's going along strong. Luke Ryan was really good. Had a 56-point third and just dominated. And yeah, he just took every kick out basically. There was a lot of times that Geelong would bomb it out of bounds on the full, and he would take those kicks as well. He got a lot of scraps and got to a 112. And with Doherty going down, with Doherty being a midfielder next year, I think there is a huge possibility that Ryan or even, obviously Sheasel will probably be those two guys knocking on the door of top 6, I think, next year. Wagner was really, really weird with 104. Didn't see this coming, and he actually, I think, did really well. I don't know the turnover stats and the clanger stats, but I thought he did really, really well. And ended up with a 104, so that's something to watch, especially because Wagner's going to be, I'm guessing, averaging 72 or so this year. 74, so he's already up there a little bit. But he'll have 5 more games to dose that average a little. He has 4 more games actually, so he's already going to get a 3% discount. So if it was a 3% discount on that, you'd see him priced at around 72, and that could be one to go for if he keeps on putting up 100 scores. But we'll have to wait and see if this one was just an outlier. Sarong 101, he's someone that I think I'll bring in the last couple of weeks. We'll have to wait and see on matchups, to be honest, as I think I'm going to bring in Laird, because not only does he have those juicy matchups, he just has a lot more scoring output potential. Schultz, Young started off really strong and then just faded harshly. Jackson, I think, he was the opposite, just didn't get going in the first quarter, and has, with that solo ruck, looked really, really not up to it, and I'm glad that I didn't jump on that. Pierce, Wiskowski, Henry, Clark, Aish, Corbett, Erasmus got subbed, I believe, and yeah, just struggled. 62 just wasn't good enough, but I think he's one that could easily be the one to go for next year. He's looked like it, and I mean, he's going to be priced at I forgot the S. There we go. Going to be priced at 56. Would like him to probably get another sub game, to be honest, because we've seen scoring here. If we look at the last 3 it's 73, last 5 it's 60, because the 115 still included in there, as well as a 70 there. So when you get the this 0 taken off here, that's probably going to go up to 70 last 5 or something like that, because that's 360, and that's effectively 300 in 4 games. So if he gets another 60, that's going to get him up towards that 72 or 73. And I think he's a guy that could easily jump. So 56, you might want to take the gamble next year, but we'll have to wait and see on him. But would like another couple of sub games just to knock that average down to like 49, 48. Hughes, Sturt, Frederick, Amos, Hamling, Tracy, O'Meara, Walters. Stanley looks good, but just not getting the time at the moment. I think he could, if he does get the time, I think he could be a valuable guy next year, as he will be priced at basement price, it looks like at the moment, and it'll be his second year. And those second year guys seem to do really well if they're priced at basement, much like we had Wilmot last year. And with him, it looks pretty good, as he's going to have played, I think, 2 games for 17 and a half, I believe he's at. Is he? Ethan Stanley, yeah, 17 and a half through 2 games. So he would need a lot more points, as I believe. Somewhere around 22 is the basement also. But anyway, that is the video there. And yeah, just more so looking into the guys. There's not much news about guys doing or from this game we can see not many guys doing above or breaking out into that top need now basis, but just a couple guys to think about for next year in Erasmus, Stanley, and not really Bruin, but sort of. So we'll keep tabs on them. But anyway, that is the video, and I'll see you guys in another one. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.